So this morning we're going to be live reviewing, or if you're on YouTube, this isn't live, but recorded for your pleasure. We'll be going through the Candlekeep Mysteries that just came out. And let me, oops, wrong one. We want that scene. Boom. And I'm going to remove the second window for the time being. Oops, first window for the, there we go. So this is Candlekeep Mysteries. This is how you make a game on Roll20, by the way. You open some stuff up, and you say, new game. I just bought Candlekeep Mysteries. You hit the check mark there, and it's like, yep, okay. We're going to make this module now. You're a Candlekeep Mystery? No, you. So, it'll load this whole thing up. I was wondering if it was going to be like an actual campaign or if it was going to be a game add-on. Like, there's game add-ons. It won't do it while we're creating this one, but there's just like little add-ons that'll like add maps and add different things that you can purchase as well. But it isn't, I thought it would be like one of these, like Danger Blind Mare or Eberron, The Rising of the Last War. There's all the Ghosts. I thought it was going to be more like Ghost of Saltmarsh. Is what I thought. Which is where all of those are put in. Or some of these tombs, the Waterdeep Seasons, Tomb of Horrors, Tasha's Cauldron, all this stuff. And someone would load it in like that, like if you bought it, yes. When we first did Humblewood, I built it. I built it. I added it in. Oh, it's gonna try and do all the video stuff. We don't use Roll20 video because it's meh. It's just not as good as using like Discord or something else. And if you've got the capability and capacity to do that, then yeah. Yeah, the Humblewood one is added in. Again, I built it when we ran the show because it was not in enabled background chat, we turn that off. It was not in Roll20 yet at the time when we were running the show. So I built it instead. And it looks like I need to I cut off a little bit too much here. Oh, I cut off a lot of it too much. Hang on. There we go. Boom. Now you can see all the stuff on the right-hand side a little bit easier while also seeing the cover art and stuff. So yeah, Candlekeep Mysteries, nice. Of course, it's got the cover right here. Makes sense. They always go through all these battle maps, scale, game settings, module shortcuts, NPC initiatives, rollable tokens, all of this stuff. It's good. I mean, most of this stuff is the same info on every single module that you will buy on Roll20. And most of the time you can ignore it. Once you learn how to use like the macros and the tables, and once you know how to like do battle map scaling and stuff, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Credits and contributor bios. Project lead was Christopher Perkins. Not surprising. Let's see. We know some of the names in here. Mark Holmes. He's very good. Very talented. We like him. I don't recognize any. Oh, Kiana. Recognize that name. I see. The problem is, like, I recognize most of these people's names when they have their like internet handles next to them. The problem is, like, when I read their actual names, I'm like, who? Who? Who are you? Cartographers. God, that's cool. I wish, man. If I had any artistic bones in my body, that'd be cool. This is a Wizards official Candlekeep Mysteries. Just came out, was just released on Roll20, was just officially released. So we're taking a look at it, seeing what the Roll20 deal is. Right? So it starts with a book of books. Candlekeep Mysteries is an anthology of adventures written by members of the Dungeons & Dragons community. Each adventure begins with a book that the characters find in Candlekeep, an enormous library located on the Sword Coast in the Forgotten Realms setting. If you're not running a Forgotten Realms campaign, you can adapt the adventures in this book to other settings, substituting any large library similar to Candlekeep. Examples from other published D&D settings include the following. In the world of Exandria, the Solstice Academy. In Rexstrom, yup. The Cobalt Reserve in Westrun, yup. In Eberron, the Library of Korenberg, the nation of Zilagro. I've actually never run an Eberron game. In the world of Oerth, the Great Library in the Free City of Greyhawk. I'll actually be in a Greyhawk game next Saturday or next Friday. That'll be my first time. Do we like Wizards officials again? I can't keep up. Meh. They say some nice things and they hire some good people, and it builds a little bit of goodwill in the community again. And you know us nerds, dude. Fucking can't keep away from them. Side note, they're releasing a Dungeons and Dragons set for Magic the Gathering, and that might be the actual thing that gets me into Magic the Gathering. All right, Candlekeep Mysteries table summarizes the adventure in the anthology. Each adventure is designed for 4 to 6 characters of a particular level. You can adjust it for larger or smaller groups and characters of higher level, lower levels. Yeah, so basically, don't just drop your characters in. Actually read the adventure first, which is good advice for anything. So, yeah. The characters discover a book, and there's a mystery. Get to the bottom of the mystery. Great. Come to Candlekeep on a quest for information to solve a crisis. During the research, uncover a book and a mystery, which leads to adventure. Perfect. Running the adventure. Okay, yep. So text that appears in this box. This is all stuff that they tell you in every one of these modules, that this is what you should read to your characters. This is stuff that has monster blocks. This is stuff that... Anyways, yeah. Hey, this is good for them. They haven't had this before, as far as I know. It's telling you to actually talk to your players. Figure out if they have any hard lines or veils. What? Crazy. All right, then they're telling things about, Forgotten Realms and otherwise. Great. Cool stuff. There's a lot of these. Wow. Wait, there's an adventure levels 1 through 16. Wow. That's a lot of adventures. That's a lot of adventures. They're all in this thing? All right. Sure. Candlekeep. Let's talk about Candlekeep. Why not? Nice. Handouts. We love handouts. This is good. You just hit the show to players, and it just pops up on their screen when you want to show them something. I love when they have official art for art handouts. It just makes my life so much easier, because there's a lot of people that I run games for now that are very, very visual learners / understanders, and if there isn't a map on their screen, they are so confused. They are so confused. They don't get it, and they will ask for maps. And I'm like, there's not really a reason to have a map right now. We're just going to use our imaginations. and some of them just don't get it, man. Oh. Yeah. Anyways. What happened to the line of just dropping a dragon onto a party? That doesn't cross any lines. The Great Keep never fails to take my breath away. It stands on a volcanic crag 100 or so feet from the coastline. A flat-topped spur of rough stone. Out in the midst of the surging sea. Good morning, Matt. Thank you for 8 months, bro. Love you. I do love you. I miss you, too. Imagine, if you can, on top of this crag, hemmed in entirely by a tall wall. This wall is interrupted by several towers all the way around, and encloses a large space from which even more of these same towers rise. Those who have seen this vista from above have said it looks like nothing so much as a cake decorated with too many candles. The mist of sea spray fills the air nearest the western walls, and in winter, the moisture can cause treacherous buildups of ice. Sometimes entire towers along the western edge of the keep have been abandoned for the season. They become so overtaken by frost. It's okay, soon we turn 30 and we'll be vaccinated, boys, and we can hug again. I hope so, man. I don't want to be 30, though. T-minus 6 days until Joel is 30. From the center rises the largest and thickest of the Tower of Candlekeeps. Thickest Tower of Candlekeeps. If the other towers are well-wrought branches and blossoms, then this surely is the bole of the tree. Strong, massive, and rising well above the perimeter of structures. About the central keep, a garden spirals and rising steps. And those lucky enough to enter the library proper do so by passing around and up through this green space to the keep's main door. However, most folk who visit Candlekeep see this structure only from the courtyard east of it, where the facilities for arriving scholars lie. The only gate into Candlekeep stands at the Way of the Lion, which is the only road that provides access to and from the outside world. The route extends from Baragost, leagues away, and winds a lonely path on the peninsula where Candlekeep stands. Neat. This is a lot of reading. This is basically, hey, how do you get into the keep? What does the keep do and stuff? The keep is a giant library. And this is all good background stuff. This is the shit that your DM reads. Right? Yep, the 25th. That's right, Travis. Good morning. This is the stuff that your DM reads before running the game for you. This is the stuff like when I read Avernus, it says how to play devils. You read all this stuff about how to play devils. You read about the devil hierarchies. You read about the Dead Three. You read about all that stuff, and you learn all that shit. Because when your character's like, what would I know about this? And they roll a number, you get to tell them pieces of it. Birthday buddies? Oh hey, happy birthday, Travis. So that's good. This is all details. This is fine. I don't know if we need, like, a review of the details within, to be honest. Entering Candlekeep. Required entrance fee for admission to Candlekeep is a work of writing not already collected. Huh. The enormous double gates of Candlekeep are 3 times the height of a human in wrought black metal. 5 avowed priests of Denier, the god of writing, oversee the front gates. Cool. Interesting. Securing a guide. The adventurers require a guide. Nice. Okay. They give them a way to get in. Roll for it or choose one. Fembris Larlancer. Fembris Larlancer. 18-year-old human scribe with a bright smile, can't-do attitude, and obnoxious need to impress. Sprig Summerfoot, 23-year-old halfling scribe, small bag of cookies in one pocket and good memory for recipes. Parmac, 25-year-old human scribe, constantly reading a book and occasionally walks into things. Garlith Greystock, 39-year-old dwarf scribe, who cuts off others mid-sentences, always seems to know what they want or need before they do. Nax Olossus, 22-year-old dragonborn scribe, brass dragon, who loves conversation. Orin Glass, 67-year-old human scribe who's deaf in 1 ear, forgetful, and easily exasperated. Vushadi Moonriver, 87-year-old moon elf scribe, difficult to anger and doesn't mince words. And Irony, a 15-year-old tiefling scribe who follows the rules, never lies or steals, and aspires to be keepers of the tome one day. Good for them. Good for them. So this is how they get into the Candlekeep. They have to, like, bring a thing, or I guess be requested to be there, right? They are adventurers. You can find excuses for them to be there. It's not necessarily that hard. This is the official reason why seekers would want to be there, people who want to be admitted to Candlekeep. But if the Candlekeep is in need of someone to do something, then you can come up with reasons for them to be there regardless. That seems fine. So this is all the... So a lot of times, I kind of like that this is up front now. I wonder what's down in the... Oh my goodness. Okay, hang on. We're gonna go ahead and collapse some of these. New magic items. Oh boy. Player handouts. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so a lot of times, these books, these adventures, will have all of this relevant information at the end, at the bottom in the appendices, which I think might confuse some people because they won't get to that point. They'll read through the adventure, skim through it, and be like, yeah, this is something I want to do, but they'll miss on all of the details of the things that you have here. Again, not that it's a bad thing, because it means that you can make up some stuff if you want to, and improv is wonderful. It's great. It's good stuff. But you'd miss all of this stuff here, and it was like that in Waterdeep Dragon Heist. You had to go to, like, Volo's Enchiridion, which was a separate section in the adventure down at the bottom. And that told you everything you wanted to know about Waterdeep, but it wasn't up at the top. I kind of like having it up at the top here. I don't hate that. This tells you everything about Candlekeep. You should know these things before you run this if you're running it in like a traditional Candlekeep setting. Again, if you're just inserting these adventures into something else, you obviously don't need all of this. But if you feel like using Candlekeep and you want to utilize it as written, then knowing this stuff is good. Magic restriction. Order of accordance. Okay, cool. Yeah, look at this. All of this. This is rules. Rules for your players to follow while they're in Candlekeep. Great. The Avowed. 300 Avowed live in Candlekeep. Low-level assistants, newcomers to the Order, or scribes who handle the everyday work of the keep. Commoners, right? Okay, cool. The Keeper of the Tomes is the highest-ranking member of the Avowed. The Governor of Candlekeep selects scholars to fill vacant leadership positions. Keeper's word is law. Keeper Toad chooses their replacement. Okay. There's the readers, which are, I guess, the different people under them. First reader expands Candlekeep's library resources based knowledge. Great readers. Senior Avowed to oversee day-to-day operations. Yeah. Okay, cool. Gives you some great readers to look at as well. Huh, a poet. Nice. So masters of these different things, I guess. Oversee the scribes, teach adjutants, chanters. Chosen group of Avowed maintains a constant recitation of the prophecies of Alondo the Seer. I would need to read that to know what that is. Jendai extended their tier 1 subscription through April. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Also, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome. Cool. They give you a lot of this good information. All of this is just details about Candlekeep itself. It's wonderful. Nice. Oh, good. Maps. Player art handout. Candlekeep map. Yes. Oh, this is good. Virgil, good morning. Look at this. I love maps. Very cool. So this is the way in. The bath and steam house. Nice. Temple of Augment, the Court of Air. This is a really large courtyard. The Emerald Door. That just kind of reminds me of, oh my gosh. Dorothy and fucking Wizard of Oz. There we go. Love a good map. Yes, we're definitely going to look at the maps. I love maps. We're going to look at the maps. Don't you dare worry. This is good, though. I like when they provide handouts that are mapped. It's great. From the fabled Emerald Door to the deepest catacombs, the Candlekeep contains wonders for all who are the patient to find them. There's the House of Rest, the bunkhouse. Okay, cool. The Hearth, a modest tavern of sturdy construction. But what is it? Upon entering, visitors quickly realize that it's 3 times more spacious on the inside. Yes. Oh. Yay. We love little, like, demi-planes. This is good. Extra dimensional magic created by worshippers of Gond. Intricate clockwork devices suspended in a 2-foot diameter, faintly glowing crystal orb embedded. I tried to put crystal and embedded together because I skipped orb. In the ceiling over the bar, the Avowed call this device the geometric amplifier. Oh, bro, I would love a 2-foot diameter thing in my room that amplified the space that I live in. That'd be nice. That'd be so cool. Can you imagine just extra dimensional space in general? That one day, I think that's how we deal with the ever-growing human population in space constraints. You walk into essentially your closet apartment, but inside is actually an extra dimensional space, and you walk into a different plane of existence. And it's larger! Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh. God, that'd be so cool. Sounds expensive, though. Oh, I need a bag of holding. I'm carrying medication around. Demiplane chambers. Okay. 30-foot square demiplanes. Houses a private meeting chamber, shrine dedicated to the god of riding. Meeting chambers, shrines, little one. Huh? What? There's an ogre. Hang on. One of Candlekeep's guests stands out from the rest of the crowd. A chaotic good ogre wearing a headband of intellect. Aw. He just sits and reads. He met a halfling adventurer wearing the shiny gold headband and killed the puny runt for it. When the ogre attuned to it, the headband grew in size, enabling him to wear it. With the improved ability to reason and ponder, the ogre felt compelled to appreciate the error of his ways and seek out a better life. He adopted the name Little One to honor the halfling whose life he cut short. Aww. He's a quiet but popular fixture in the keep. The Avowed are always saying hello to him and recommending new books. He's currently reading Storm King's Thunder.
5 years Pog Runner with 5 love.
This book follows the exploits of band of adventurers searching for a storm giant king named Hecaton, whose sudden disappearance caused a great upheaval and down the Sword Coast some years ago. I want to read that. It's a good adventure. I want to run that one day. Nisa, thank you so much for the 5 years. Oh my god. 5 years. Basically Futurama. Yes, that'd be great. Yes. Yes, except hopefully less funny. The Bath and Steam House, the House of the Binder. Request a copy of book or scroll in the library and work of creating copies performed by scribes in the House of Binder. Entire text must be replicated since the Avowed insist on maintaining the scholarly intent and integrity. Wow. Copying and binding of a book typical in Candlekeep's library costs 100 GP or so. Double if translated. A spell book is 50 GP per level of spells contained. 2 third level spells, 4 second level spells, and 6 first level spells, 20 spells levels total, cost 1,000 GP to copy it over. Nice. Interesting. But if you find like an interesting spell book and you're like, I want that shit, and you're a wizard, oh, Candlekeep's your place, man. Nice. The pillars are where the seekers study. Cool. Bunch of flat-topped towers. Each tower contains private rooms available by reservation only that features permanent silence spells. Neat. That's cool. The erudite outfitters and clothiers. You can buy new ropes here. Oh, okay, cool. There's a smithy and a stable. Cool. And the emerald door. It's the main point of access to the inner ward. It's 15 feet tall, made of translucent dark green stone. Do they have this as a handout? Player handouts. Player art handouts. Candlekeep map. Court of Air map. This is the full Candlekeep map? Oh, nice. Okay, so the first handout is just the Court of Air. It's just this. And the second one is the full map. God, this place is so cool. Wait, there's like, they have like water running through this? Interesting. So do they not have... Emerald door. There it is. Nice. Okay, cool. I like that. Good. Good art handouts. Excellent. There's an arcane lock spell which seals the door. Keeper can spot a forged letter of admittance. Seeker is denied entry. We can still enjoy the bulk of Candlekeep's collected works. You just gotta they gotta get someone to go get them. The inner ward. Holy wow, there's so much stuff. The poster map included in this book shows the inner ward, which contains the Great Library, a forest of stone towers clumped around stockier buildings, and all joined together in the shadow of a high-walled citadel named Exaltation. Candlekeep has invisible doorways and dozens of permanent extra-dimensional spaces. Some as small as a room at an inn, and others as large as a space created by a demi-plane of Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion spell. Okay. Just to read this. Conjure an extra-dimensional dwelling in the range that lasts for the duration. Choose where it's located. Beyond the portal is a magnificent foyer with numerous chambers beyond. Create the floor plan you like, but it can't exceed 50 cubes. So, 500 square cubes. Furnished and decorated as you choose. Contains sufficient food to serve 9-course banquet for up to 100 people. Staff of 100 near-transparent servants attend to all who enter. Whew. Cool. I've now tried to keep track of all the extra-dimensional spaces in Candlekeep. A few forgotten doorways lurk in the library. Great. The Great Library. This is where you will likely find all of those books. Oh, they have Modrons there. Look at these guys. These guys are funny. Like Modrons. They're cool. The Bastion of Exaltation is the tallest, most heavily defended structure in Candlekeep. You can see over the walls in every direction. Beneath the Candlekeep. Is that a dragon? Oh. Miriam, the Sentinel Worm. For 1,500 years ago, the silver dragon Miriam broke into Candlekeep intent on adding its riches to her hoard. She devoured scholars and destroyed a score of irreplaceable books before she was confronted by an archmage and bound into the service to protect Candlekeep as penance for her misdeeds. Wow. Miriam's corpse has crumbled into dust. Unfortunately, the enchantment remains in effect. The spectral dragon, what's left of her, dwells in the catacombs and caves under the library. Oh no. Well, that's sad. Maybe don't eat people. Oh. Those who have visited the depths describe Miriam as a set of immense spectral jaws whose essence roils with the promise of breath weapons and spells of destruction. She's more interested in news of present-day Pharaoh than in fighting, and Miriam is engaging conversationalist if one has the inclination to chat with her. Nice. Doesn't have a treasure hoard, instead she protects books and scrolls. And she can be called upon to defend Candlekeep. She can move anywhere in the library fortress, passing through walls and solid barriers. Cool. Nice. All right. That's a lot of Candlekeep stuff. I'm glad they kept all of that, or put all of that in. The Joy of Extra-Dimensional Spaces. Oh my god, is this written like the book, the old like 70s books, The Joy of Sex? The Joy of Extra-Dimensional Spaces was donated to Candlekeep with the rest of the library at the mage Fistandia, following her untimely disappearance. In her will, Fistandia bequeathed her collection to Candlekeep in appreciation for the many years she spent in its hollow halls. I will put, like, there is something that Wizards has no fear of doing, and after reading some of this, I think you might understand it. It is providing information. Oh my god. If you are willing to read it and understand it and commit it to memory, when you run these adventures in any one of these cities or anything like that, there is so much already done. All the, like, you never have to come up with anything yourself if you don't want to. There's so much. I like, the more and more that I DM things, the more and more I am comfortable with just winging shit. Just off the cuff, we just do some stuff. But like, the amount of information that they provide is a lot. It is a lot. The book is a treatise on extra-dimensional spaces similar to those created by Mordecai's Magnificent Mansion. Information alone make it worthy of note, but Fistandia's additions and margins are even more interesting. In arcane shorthand, she details how she created a permanent one and records the command word to open the mansion's doorway. Many researchers perused the book over the years it spent in Candlekeep, but knowledge of the command word was useless without the location, till a chance discovery by sage Matreus, an expert in application and removal of curses. Upon arriving in Candlekeep to further his expertise, Matreus cast Detect Magic, as was his habit. The spell revealed a gateway in the very study room he had been assigned. Forgetting about his earlier purpose, Matreus asked for any knowledge who might have created such a gateway. Research by the Avowed revealed Fistandia requested this room every time she visited the keep. They also turned up mysterious reports that she rarely left the room for weeks at a time. Rumor said that she was not even seen to eat or sleep. She would, however, go missing for hours. Matreus concluded she must have gone through the gateway during those absences. By searching the books of Histania donated to the library, he found the command word and stepped inside. Have you ever played D&D? Players like to dig for things based on their wins. And wow, that came out more snarky than I intended. Yeah, fuck players. Yeah, no, I get that. And I understand that. But that's the thing. When stuff like that comes up, unless you have these kinds of things committed to memory, like all of this, be like, okay, they ask a question about stuff and you're like, okay, they need to gain entrance. How do they do this? How do we do this? Okay, yeah, where is that? Where is that? So the best part about having the digital copy is I can come in here and I can just start bolding things that actually need to be read and known, right? So the price of the admission is a donation to work not already in Candlekeep. Boom. That's how they get in. And what you do is you just bold that and you put that there. And now gaining entrance, this is what you need to know. Great. Right. So now how do they do this kind of thing? The notion need not be utterly unique. Some tometries the library doesn't have it. It's preferable. Boom. There it is. That's how they get around that. And then you can actually bold these things out without writing in a physical copy of your book, because that would suck. And maybe you like writing in your physical copies, but I like keeping mine very clean because they're more collectible items for me than actually doing anything, because all my work is done online anyways. So, I don't know. There's just a lot of information in here, and when characters start asking about things, I make a lot of stuff up. Cool. So, the Joy of Extra-Dimensional Spaces seems to be like the first one that we're looking here. We gotta find the book. They come to Candlekeep seeking aid for the stricken town, which could be the home of one or more of them. Settlement has withered this year. Crops have failed. Okay, cool. Or they could discover it by creating permanent versions of the existing spells, Debbie planes, and other spaces that exist outside the material plane. There's 2 mysteries tied to this one. Whereabouts of the missing sage Matreus. Larger mystery is how to escape once they are trapped. Oh no. Okay. I'm trying to gauge how long this particular adventure might be. I'm assuming this is the level 1. Actually, you know what we need to do? Here, come. Let me use the adventures. Let's take a look. Yeah. Okay. So, the Joy of Extra-Dimensional Spaces is considered the level 1 adventure. Great. And they're shown the private study room assigned to Matreus. This is the chained library. Ooh. It's unoccupied. Only the sage's personal effects and handful of books remain. It's obviously open to Histania's handwritten notes. Great. Decipher the shorthand and find the command word scepter. Otherwise, the Avowed are happy to help examine. Shimmering translucent doors appear in the middle of the room, and then they appear in M1. All right, so I guess it's time for us to take a look at some of these maps. So we're looking at all of this stuff for Joy of Extra-Dimensional Space. There's quite a lot of maps in here, which is great because there are 16 adventures. 16. So keep that in mind. It's a lot. But let's take a look at this first. This is the poster map. Once it renders out. Cool. Are these manipulatable? No. Okay. That's fine. I guess it doesn't really matter if they have all the information for this, but there you go. Poster map for Candlekeep. Histania's mansion. So let's take a look. It's already set up with lighting. Cool. Seems good. Doorways are in orange. Walls are in blue. The golds are going to be light orbs. You can take a look at them. If you go to the dynamic lighting portion, you can see how large the light is. Take a look at that. This is a good little tool as well for you to take home to your other games. I don't know how some of you guys utilize lighting or whatever. If you utilize the professional lighting tools here on Roll20, you can create these little orbs using whatever. You can just draw any shape, and you can have it be a token, essentially. So you can make the light out of anything. Little orbs, little whatever, and you can assign a light value to it. And then once that's done, the light exists on the map itself without you having to do anything. And you can turn them off that way too if you just delete them out. Up to you on how you do it, but they've really improved how the dynamic lighting works when it works. Now, a lot of the issues I've run into recently with dynamic lighting with my groups is it does seem rather resource intensive. I don't know how they make that better. I'm not a programmer by any means. I don't know. But a lot of times it will not physically load for some people, and that can be frustrating. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyways, Sophistolania's mansion. Opening the portal. Boom. Mansion time. Skirt. Oh, yeah. Wow. All right. Lots to go through. They open up and they end up on M1. Where's M1 here? Ah, right here. Right at the door. Hey, Matreus is right at the door? Is that right? Gives you a bunch of details on what's going on in here. Perfect. Descriptions are great. Go through these. Underline the points that you want to say. Structures open area, constructed stone blocks. Floors are hardwood. Then you can keep these for later. Have carpets, right, when you start describing this study, trophy, and dining rooms. Brass and bronze fixtures on the doors of ironbound oak. Cool. Swirling indigo miasma hovers from the building on all sides. These are good things to just mention if they look out of windows or go out on balconies or anything like that. Okay. Opening the portal from the inside requires another command word. So they're putting the solution to leaving at the top. The imp? It's tied to the imp? Okay, interesting. She created 7 books, each with a single gilded letter. A command word, liberty. The books bear not only the lettered spines, but the same image of Mordkind that graces the cover of the joy of extra-dimensional spaces. So all you have to do is make the picture of the joy of extra-dimensional spaces. Okay. They don't have to know how to play like Boggle or whatever. This Landia's mansion is eerily quiet. Okay. Rooms and windows are lit by the indigo miasma. Portal looks like a double door. Standing in the middle of this area is a middle-aged man wearing gray robes. It's the man's himself. He's been trying different command words for the last half hour to get the portal to reopen. The mansion must be a treasure trove of information. There's no telling what wonders it holds. Great. Oh, he found the imp? He'd like to continue to explore the mansion himself, but he could do be much more useful back in Candlekeep. Okay. Leading back into the study room, the characters hear Matreus shriek as the door slams shut, locking them inside. Matreus lets out the shriek as the imp figure in his possession reveals its true nature. That's why it's up at the top. Characters can't help Matreus until they find a way to reopen. Oh my god, he's just being attacked by this imp outside. Oh no. Okay. Animated books. Swarms of animated books. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's a fun little handout. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Cool. All right, so let's take the assumption that the design for these adventures is done for 4 players. All of them are now level 1. Single swarm of books. it doesn't even register on the difficulty scale, which is fine. It's an M3. So if they go to the left. Okay, cool. So there's a bunch of animated objects in here, is what I'm seeing, right? Mimics, the cumin and the coriander, animated broom, animated books, flying swords, fairy dragons. The slod tadpole, though. Ooh, okay. Okay. Interesting. There's an exercise room, wooden mannequin, weapon rack. Great. Okay. Cat sits up, meows plaintively as they approach and feed it and pet it and make a successful animal handling check. It follows them. Cool. The kitchen is run by 2 homunculi named Cumin and Coriander. Huh. Look at these guys. They're cute. Look at these cute little dudes. Got a little, like a wicked little bite though. Huh? Interesting. Ah. They just want to help. That's nice. Cool. Arboretum. Okay. This is nice. This is a nice little, like, somewhat of a dungeon crawl, right? It might be a mansion, but it's a bit of a dungeon crawl to, like, find the different areas and the different rooms and then assemble the books together to finish the portal with liberty. They should be able to guess the command word when it's spoken. A pulse of ripples through the mansion. Double-doored area swings open, forming a portal. Door remains open for a minute. You can simply speak the command word again to reveal it. Yeah, it's a nice little, you know. The animated chained library. Hang on a second. That's a little concerning. Oh, wait. There's no handout for the chained library? Oh. Hmm. Okay. I mean, so there's a lot of these. You're going to want them to rest somewhere in here, right? And there is opportunity for them to do that. They just might not do it because it's not that big. Because you don't want them to take all of these encounters back to back will kill your players. Right? That's how dungeon crawls are. So the skill here, and I've had trouble with this before, is finding a way to tell your players that taking a short rest is okay. Right? A lot of times they don't want to sit, they don't want to wait. But like maybe having cumin and coriander make them a meal of some kind and have them take it on the terrace out where the miasma is or something. Because you definitely don't want them to do this all at one go. They will die. Okay. It's nice. Nice little intro one. Cool. The joy of extra-dimensional spaces. Very neat. Mazfrost's mighty digressions. A monstrous revelation sheds light on a book merchant's scam. Okay. We might not go into detail on all of these, because there are 16 of them. But we'll definitely look at all the maps and stuff, too. See, they have a handout for this, which honestly, that's super fucking... Huh. Why is this picture such high quality? What the fuck? Interesting. Collection of essays called Mazfrost's Mighty Digressions was brought to Candlekeep only a few days ago. It's donated by Yalarian High Scroll, a scholar from Waterdeep. Cool. Unbeknownst to the characters, the book is a monster in disguise and attacks them if they try to read it. Afterwards, they discover that other books in Candlekeep behave similarly. Right. So something might be happening here. If they're looking for Demon Lord's lycanthropy or magic of the weave. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Gingwatsim. Peculiar form of life created by a spell or ritual. When the how do you pronounce this? Huh. Interesting. So what's going on? All these books are coming to life. What's happening? The Gingwatsim that attacks the characters was created by a jackalware named Korvala. Oh, she looks terrifying. Oh, she looks terrifying. Oh, that's not okay. Imagine if I looked like that. Fucking sharp-ass teeth. Ooh. Ordinary jackals tainted by demonic power. Jackal? Jackal. It's a jackal. Jackal. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but dang. Morning, Odd. A now deceased Lamia named Nidalia. Leader of the Amberdune Pack, a gang of jackalwares that sells books and scrolls in the markets of Baldur's Gate. Oh. Ruse enabled her to sell the copy of the book without giving up the genuine item. Remains fiercely loyal to Nidalia, though she's been dead. The resurrection spell requires a diamond of 1,000 GP and serves as a sufficiently powerful spellcaster. The pack's plan to sell books and scrolls as well as Gingwatsim's disguised as books and scrolls proved to be more challenging, unless the profits are spent to help them survive in the city with more than its fair share of bribery and corruption. Okay. Some of their Gingwatsims have now ended up in Candlekeep, and they're going to be found out. So it takes you to Baldur's Gate. It takes 5 days to travel along the coastway to reach Baldur's Gate. Oh, this is something I wanted to mention. Where's our Sword Coast map, dude? Where's our other map? This is something I before I opened this up, I was thinking to myself, is like, you know what I hate having to do every single time we have one of these things, is that they don't also re-include the maps. Like if you're traveling somewhere else, having that map there again for people to see is so nice. It's so nice. And you know what? So I'm gonna just go grab the big one. I've got one super large map, and we're just gonna grab that so we can take a look at it, because this is something I would add to the game so my players know where the heck they are if I'm running this in Faerun. All right, which game is this in? Frost Maiden? Yeah, this one. Oh god, Frost Maiden has so many things. If you guys want a good like pre-prepped one and you don't mind being in the wilderness for a lot of things, Frost Maiden is good. The Untitled one? Ah, frick. Ship map. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it really quickly, unfortunately. Damn, that wasn't it. All right. That's frustrating. And this is kind of what I mean. Like, if you're gonna have them go to Waterdeep, have a map for it. You've released that map a ton of times. Just do it again. Just put it in the book somewhere. There's no reason that it shouldn't be. All right, GM stuff. Art. The coast. This is gonna be much larger than the available space here, but it's whatever. Maybe I should have just put it in a handout. It would have loaded faster. But like, they're traveling to Waterdeep, so now like having them map to Waterdeep and all that stuff is super nice. And at least in Roll20, if you have the Pro subscription and use the Transmorgifier, you can go grab those things from other games. And you can add them more quickly to these games when you need them. The problem is I have 30 some odd games that I'm running. It's hard to bounce between these things. So it'd be super nice to just have them there already. Just exactly as you released them in the previous one. Oh boy. Alright, well here's Candlekeep down at the bottom. This didn't load the whole thing. But that's fine. It's fine. So, Candlekeep's down here. So it takes 5 days to get to Baldur's Gate. Great. Awesome. Perfect. We love it. Waterdeep's way up here. I just want them. I just want them to have these maps already. So you don't have to go find them. Okay. Taking a closer look at this. Traveling to Baldur's Gate. Great. The Wide is a place in Baldur's Gate. It is a place to go shopping. It's a marketplace. It's in the upper city. This is where the wealthy people live. If I had my map of Baldur's Gate, I'd show it to you. But again, it's not in this game. So I guess the point is that, you don't need it. You're just talking about being there. There's a hideout. This is a longer one. This is a much longer adventure. The Helm of Comprehending Languages. That's sick. Can negotiate with the pack. Or they might have a potential enemy. Lamias, by the way. Yeah, interesting. I wish they had more of the world maps, but that's fine. So that's technically the second one. There's these living books. You gotta go find the route of where they're coming out from and deal with the pack. Apparently Jackalwares, which is interesting. I definitely haven't seen a Jackalware in anything else. Book of the Raven. Raven bore the book talon, set it in the ground within the Candlekeep's walls, and pecked at its covers until the avowed acolyte witnessing this act of defilement scared it away. Quickly found its way to the Candlekeep archives. Okay. There was a hidden treasure map inside of it found 60 years later. Treasure map is a prop. You can create your own adventure if you choose not to run the adventure described here. That's kind of a nice little... The map of mystery. Okay, it's actually a treasure map. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Character's destination is Chalet Bantefax. Can replace with some other tantalizing adventure location. Cool. Flesh out the journey of the chalet you see fit. Adding one or more combat encounters appropriate to the character's level. Character's journey ends in the slog of the lonely hilltop which is perched the chalet. Okay, so traveling time. Chalet Bantefax. Ooh. Yep. Alright, let's take a look at this. Ooh. Okay. Alright. Yeah. And again, they do a good job doing the lighting now. Pre-prepared lighting is so good. Having to use... We used to just do these all ourselves. Having these already done? Oh! It's so nice. Oh, it's so nice. Chalet Bantefax. A raven kind. Skittish ravens perched across. Were ravens. Okay, so now we got Jackalwares, and in the next adventure, we have immediately were ravens. Which also, look how badass they look. That is a cool looking piece. I like that. Jendai, good morning. So we go from jackal wares to were ravens. Okay. Cool. Cool. I'm like, here's the look at this. Wow. It gives you personality traits for all of the were ravens. And notes on role-playing were ravens. Nice. You can join it, but you have to be a were raven. Okay. Interesting. They can be. This is an opportunity for them to be turned into a lycanthrope. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. That's well. I'm glad that that is an option. Yeah. This is a lot. This is nice. Okay, cool. Interesting that they give you the option to become a were raven. Book of the Raven. Details on that too. Nice. All right. Someone really wanted to write something about were ravens and just went to town on that, and then also put it in a format where you have a treasure map. I'm not gonna fault them for that. I like that. That's interesting. Okay, so that's technically the level 3. So at level 3, your characters can become were ravens. They get to deal with that for the rest of time, but hey, there you go. The next book. Deep and Creeping Darkness. Another group of adventurers gave it to them by a villager found among her grandfather's old possessions. Traveling bard claimed to have written it. Huh. Combination of a diary and a penny dreadful. Satisfied the requirement of unique work. Chronicles the death of a mountain village called the Vermilion. Slow unknown means. Terrible accident in platinum mine. Survivors and other villagers began disappearing. Never discovered the cause. A nest of mean lock. You know what I do appreciate? A lot of the monsters they're using today are stuff that I've never used before. Look at this guy. I love that because this is the thing. Same thing with their Book of the Raven. They have these like minor appendices that are telling you about these creatures because they know these are creatures that you haven't used a lot. People don't use these. This is huge. Hang on. Look at this. Wait, hang on. Lucas Grofsner. That's a great fucking piece of art. This is good. Wow. Lucas Grofsner, the owner of the Bored Weasel. The Bored Weasel. Astra Vorn. Huh. These are really nice. It's really nice. A lot of the other art doesn't give that like emotional impression. I don't know how to describe it other than they're more used to hard lines, right? Look at these hard lines, dark shadows, hard lines, hard lines. Everything is very defined. And this isn't. But it looks so good. Wow. Huh, and here's your details on Astra. Nice. The Bored Weasel. A Road to Vermilion. So, what I was looking at on the right-hand side here, as I close some of these, is that there's this town. So you have a whole section in this town. All these places of interest. Cool. Then you have the mayor's house, fully mapped already. All of these places of interest. Minor dungeon crawl. The platinum mine, definite dungeon crawl. All of these. All of these things. Passage into the Feywild, by the way. In a transformation chamber. Oh, boy. This is cool. So, oh man, so far. I love extra dimensional spaces. You know, very cool. Enjoy extra dimensional space. Very simple. Very good opening adventure. Cool. But like, and then, you know, the Jackalware thing? Okay. Okay. Then you get to the point where you're like, your party can turn into were-ravens if they do this right. They can just be were-ravens now if they want to. That's cool. That's fine. They get to be, you know, beholden to that. Or then you get to the next one and there's just like the fucking, yeah, Feywild, by the way. Feywild, and they're turning people into this shit. And there's like 3 different locations that they have to go to. And it includes this fucking incredible artwork. I want to walk into a tavern where this dude's running it. Are you kidding? I can hear his voice now, already. In my head. Asking me what I want to drink. Huh. Huh. So. That's level 4. Okay, a bedtime. I was kind of hoping they would do something like this, like a bedtime book or like a rhyme or something you would tell children and include that in here. Children's book arrived at the library in ceremonious fashion. The same could not be said of its courier, Yowen Pilt, procurer of rare books. Oh, you know what I needed to do, though? I totally forgot to. This is a mausoleum. Whoa, what? That wasn't in this, was it? Shadow Crossing. It was the Harn Mausoleum. Warhorse skeletons. Ghouls. I totally... Wait, I missed this. The Shadow Crossing. Oof. Kind of cool. Here's the full city. Got mean locks that they have in here. Is any of this lit? Okay, cool. Yeah, they provide the little lighting for, you know, you can't see through buildings. Great. Awesome. I'm not overly much a fan of the non-color maps. I get that it's easier for them to make, and you don't necessarily need the color, but there are some like super nice ones out there. I kind of wish they this is just for like, I kind of wish they put more oomph into battle maps, making them really interesting. They do, at least in this one, include furnishings, which in some of the previous ones that I've run, and specifically things like Dragon Heist, there's no, like, really, there's not a lot of detail in furnishings. Caveat to this is going to be your maps in Icewind Dale, the Rime of the Frostmaiden. Fantastic colored, full, huge maps on a lot of things, and they're awesome. They're awesome. The thing is, like, even the essentials thing they introduced, the like Roll20 essentials guide, which is basically just like a bunch of intro adventures. All of those are like detailed and colored, and they don't have furnishings, but they are colored. So it's interesting that they like bounce back and forth between doing those things. I'm not sure what the reasoning between that is, but they do have furnishing in here, which is like, okay, so they took the time and effort to do that part. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. And they go to the platinum mine. What? Yeah, black pudding. Nice. That's fun. Dynamite trigger. Swarms of bats. Cool. All right. So to the bedtime rhyme. Rhyme. I keep saying rhyme of the frost mating, and then this is rhyme as in rhyming scheme. What's it about? Records of this episode are sparse. They reported replaced in isolation after singing madness. No further mention in the book dealer. Huh. Oh, this one gives an adventure overview? Wait, did none of the other ones do that? They didn't. Ah, interesting. Why does this one... Takes place in the Firefly Cellar. Cool design. I like the circular design. After spending the night here, all characters wake up in the morning with the same tune in their heads. Each one hums it under their breath. Earworms. Great. Soon discover that the tune is spread to the Firefly Cellars. Other occupants in the Avowed instituted a quarantine to contain what is actually a curse. It's built around a sequence of events that unfold. The characters are quarantined to keep the curse from spreading. Crinkle. Firefly Cellars Kenku caretaker. Crinkle. So you can see the difference in the art between what Crinkle looked like and... So that's so interesting. And then this guy. They're so different. I want to know who did this. I want to know who did the art for him. Contributor bios. Where's artist, art manager, art department? So I could go look through all of their stuff and maybe find something that looks similar. Okay. Outline of the events that occur at quarantine. Resist the rhyme. Talking to residents. Okay. One of the Avowed is overwhelmed by the curse. Curse remains of the book dealer who brought Semsheim's bedtime rhyme to Candlekeep discovered. When the skull begins to sing. Visiting scholar succumbs and tries to break out of the cellar. Semsheim's magic takes control of the characters trapped in the library, causing them to violently turn on each other. Choose half the remaining characters, including NPCs. Those are not under protection from evil and good, or they're charmed. While charmed, the creature is under Semsheim's control and compelled to sing the rhyme repeatedly while trying to cause physical harm to others. Okay. Characters find the book and must discover how to stop the curse. Dictate the pace. Draw out the tension and confine. This is good. I wish all... It is... Why do none of these other ones have adventure like overviews? What's with that? I don't like that. When you have a bunch of different people contributing to a same work, there's going to be a lot of differences in the way that they're structured, the way that they're written, and the way that things are included. All of these should have an adventure overview. Enjoying listening to this while I do busy work. Very glad. Very glad. So this takes you to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is level 5 of 16. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, Oh, we're gonna take a brief break so I can get some coffee. Wow. Okay. They all need this. If the next one doesn't have this, I'm mad. They don't have it. Do any of the other ones have adventure overviews? Adventure summary? That's close. See, the reason to have these summaries is for the here's one. Is the very reason that these, like, the review, when a DM is looking at this book, looking at all the stuff inside of it, and let's say they're not doing these in order, they're looking for something that they want their players to do. Reading the entirety of your adventure is time consuming and is not going to help them make that decision quickly. You want them to recognize what your adventure is. Adventure summary is okay for that. Adventure overviews are good for this. Adventure overviews broken down by each of the events that happen within it are excellent for this. You can make these decisions quickly, and you can decide if you want to utilize this particular adventure or not. Additional things that need to be put in this adventure. In each of these adventure overviews, not only should they be at the top of every single one of these, they should say, this is written with the intention for 4 to however many players, 2 to however many players of X level. Yes, they put it at the very top and they say, this is level 1, this is level 2, this is level 3, and it's in this, like, thing here. You put it at the top in your adventure overview anyway, so you don't have to flip back to the front and be like, I wonder what level this is good for, how many players this is good for. People are gonna forget. Just put it in an adventure overview right at the top. Just do it right at the top. Just do it right at the top. And the fact that there are three adventure overviews I've found so far. We've got the opportunity for one more. Some of them are short, I get that, but, like, this isn't short. I need an overview that tells me this is what we're dealing with. Three of 16 have adventure overviews. And those 3 don't necessarily include all of the information I would want from a summary of what's going to happen inside each of these adventures. The Firefly one is the best one for that. But like think about this. In Deep and Creeping Darkness, there's like 3 different locations. And all it gives you is you find the book. Tale of Tragedy and Terror. Look at this stuff. Like, yeah, and the truth behind it. Great. But, like, what I want is bullet points. Be like, yep, something happened to this thing and these things did this. Here's the truth behind that. Great. Your players are going to find out this. Give me a summary. I want to read your adventure, but I also want to be able to make decisions without having to read your adventure. Yeah, really. 3 out of 16 have adventure summaries. That definitely makes it harder to go through this kind of stuff because you have to read through the whole thing. All right, I'm definitely going to need some coffee then. We've been already going at this for a while. There's a lot to this. And all I'm finding now is that not only are some of these things good, but this is nice. This is good. It's not that same art style as before. This is nice. But they have you going to different locations, but they don't provide those different locations in map form. So you have to go get the old ones that you have probably somewhere if you want to utilize that, especially in a digital world. A lot of people need that. The new monsters. New monsters are great. Okay, I gotta stop reading this. This is... We've gone through... Yeah, you know what? Here's the deal. We can do a different review of the adventures themselves. I'm going to come up with this. This is my summary. My summary. Not an adventure summary, but my summary of the things here. They've got all the stuff that you want, that you need for NPC handouts and creatures and things like that. Could you always use more? Art's fucking crazy cool. Could you use more? Always. Always, always, always. Always. But they've got very cool handouts, very cool things. Canopic Golem. Whoa, that's neat. They're using a lot of different creatures that people don't necessarily use in their home games or haven't seen before. And they provide lots of good art and descriptions. But again, when you get to these types of collections, and there's a lot of different people that have contributed to it in their own style, in their own way, it is really up to the editors to make sure of the book itself, not necessarily of each adventure, the book itself, to make sure they all include these same things to make them the same. This is a great fucking picture. I love that. The art is fantastic. They never go wrong on this shit. Some of the artists in here have really caught my eye too. I'm going to go take a look at those later. But you need things like, especially in these collections, if you want people to use them outside of this just like in order kind of campaign, they all have to have adventure summaries of some way, something. And I get that, like, using the adventures, haha, this is it, and here's your description, here's your adventure summary. Okay. But this doesn't necessarily tell me that I want to play it. A fell grimoire helps adventurers end a fungal plague. Okay, so what's the order of events? What did they do first? Right? Okay, we find the book. We know that. We're going to find the book. Great. Find the book, and then, like, I need a one-liner that says they find the book by doing this. Next step, they go to this place and do this. Next step, they end up in a fight that does this and find out this. And then just something, I don't know, something more than me having to read every single adventure to know what it's about. And the last thing is, all of the maps are good. I really wish they would commit to doing more color maps. Just because I like them. I think it's nice. It feels like more effort was put in. Right? Feels like more effort was put in. And that's not like a knock on the cartographers, right? Because, like, you know, some dude, like, someone like hand drew this, right? And then they put it into here, and, you know, it's just not in color. That's fine. It's a style they're going for, I guess, but I appreciate when it has color. I am glad that they do include furnishings in some of them. That's nice. The maps themselves are nice. It is nice to have the dynamic lighting already done. It's fantastic. I like that they do that on pretty much everything now. But if you're having people go to different locations on Faerun, maybe include the, like, Sword Coast map. You know? Sarcophagus pit. Yeah, like, man, I wish it was in color. That'd be so cool. There's a lot of different adventures in here too, which is nice. I think that's probably the coolest thing about this is the variety, which is, again, something that you get from having a lot of people working on the same thing, right? The price of beauty. Secluded temple where beauty's only skin deep. But there's so many different things. But I wish there were more adventure summaries included. because this is fine. This does not tell me exactly what I'm going to be having them do without reading the whole thing. There are 16 adventures from levels 1 to 16. It's a lot. It's a lot. And that alone, I think, is probably, with the maps and stuff, is probably worth the money. Not having to come up with 16 different adventures. And be able to drop those into anything. But again, when you're looking to drop them into something, you really need those adventure summaries to decide whether or not it's worth it to utilize in a home game or putting into a different campaign or anything like that without having to read all the way through all of them. So it's I like it. I mean, I will find an excuse to run this stuff. Don't doubt. If only just to get to some of the new and interesting creatures that they've utilized in here. Like this art is so good. I just wish they could like utilize. See, this it's a different art style. Someone else is okay, so it's definitely there's different people doing the art, which yes, that makes sense. But some of the art is just has such different emotion. Lichen Lich. See, like this shit alone. The Lichen Lich, yeah, I want to use it. I want to use it. But like discovery of a Madrid's quest for Lichstone and a plague she unleashed in the process. Right below this, I want GM notes. This is what happens. They start their adventure here. They go to this location. They then go to this location. They fight the Lich here. I just want summaries. Just that's it. That's it. I think now that I'm stuck on that, and I keep circling around it, and I'm locked. I'm locked on it, and now I'm not seeing anything else, which is unfortunate. Which is unfortunate. Is it worth the $50 that I just spent on it? It is $50, right? Candlekeep. The thing is, this is the same price as the book. Candlekeep Mysteries, the book is $30. Okay, nice. That's absolutely. Then it's absolutely worth it for $30. If you're buying the book, it's worth it. It is $50 on Roll20. I would say that, is it worth $50 on Roll20 for 16 adventures? All with maps, all lit, all with new monsters, with art. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little hefty. But I think that's, yeah, I think that's worth it. Some of them are pretty long. I'm just stuck on wanting them to have, like, what? Oh, dude, can you imagine getting a Sword Coast map in this style of art? Why is that not included in here? You have us going to like Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate. Why not give me the map of that too, please? Please? Roll20 gives you more than the book. Oh, absolutely. It's pre-made NPCs. All of the art accessible to show everyone. All of the maps accessible to show everyone. Having all of the maps already lit. Having all of the new monsters and tokens already built out. We didn't even look at the token page. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Yep. That's a lot. I absolutely get that. Because this is the thing is, with the Roll21, you're paying a $20 premium because it is ready to play. The entirety of this is ready to play. Drag your characters into this, and it's ready to go. You have I love the way that Roll20 has been doing pre-made adventures recently, because if you have an adventure that you want to run, you can just do it. It is ready to go. It is ready to go. All you got to do as a DM is read it, understand enough of it, and you can just run it. It's very, very nice. It's very nice. Also, May, good morning. Karma, good morning. Afternoon, maybe. Yeah. And they've got like all of the tokens already made, and that's not my problem. Like, again, all of this is worth it. I just spent $50 on this, and I'm totally fine with that because I know I'm gonna be running it. Look at this guy alone, this little fucking eyeball boy. I love him. I love him. All these dragons and stuff. The animated chain library. Yeah. There's a lot of very cool things in here. Like I bet here, I don't even know what this is. This is awesome. Corrupted Avatar of Lururu. Oh, see, that's cool too. Cloud Giant Ghost. There's a lot of neat stuff. Don't get me wrong. My big complaint. It's not even a complaint. It's a request for something more. I love this art. I love the like old style medieval map from like, it kind of looks like a book I might have read when I was in middle school. I love it. I just want the whole Sword Coast map to look like this. And just give that to me. If you have us going to different locations on Faerun, hello?
0 regrets. Yes, I know how to spell regrets.
Oh my god, Karma, thank you for paying for this. Alright, chat, this video has been sponsored by Karmagen. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 50, bro. I just want this, and then, again, the only other thing is that there are 16 adventures, and only 3 of them have adventure summaries at the top. 3 of 16. Please, if you have a whole bunch of people contributing to one thing, have it all structured the same. If 3 of them have adventure summaries, all of them need adventure summaries. Or none of them. I would prefer all of them. Because when I go look at the one that says, hey, beginning the adventure, nope, that's not it. Beginning the adventure, nope, that's not it. It's going to take me a while to find adventure overview. I can read this and know what they're trying to do. This isn't as detailed as I want it to be. Again, the one that I liked is going to be, where is it? The bedtime story one? Boom. Where are you at? This one here. Because it breaks down in parts. Here's an outline of the events with links to each of the things. Now I can go over here and just click up and down on it. That's fine. But what I want is, this is what happens here. This is what happens here. Because I don't need to read through when I get down to something like the Scrivener's Tale, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different things. I have to read through 9 different things to understand what my players are going to be doing, or I can get 2 sentences to understand what my players are going to be doing and decide whether or not this adventure is something I want to insert into the game I already have, or put into some homebrew world, or do anything else with. But now I have to read through all of it to decide whether or not it's worth it. So that's it. Is it worth the money? Yes. Do I have some gripes about how it's set up? Of course. I have gripes about everything. There are a bunch of really nice pre-lit maps here in Roll20. Yep. Do I wish they were colored? Yep. Am I happy that they have furnishings? Because a lot of times they don't have furnishings or other things. Yep. That's very nice. Like that. Good stuff. Good stuff. And I get it. They're all hand-drawn. Like, they're very clearly hand-drawn, penned maps. Like, look at this. They're all hand-done, which is awesome. I love that. But, like, would I love color with it too? Yep. Yep, because this spoiled me. Look at the colors. Look at the brightness. Look at all of this stuff. It has this mood already set to it. I want all of my shit to look like this in here now. You spoiled me with this. Now I want all of it to look like this. That's all. That's all. Like, can you imagine the Cloud Giant's Keep is just all of these bright blues and things? Oh, please. Anyways. It's good. I like that they're all centered around different books. They find a book, there's a mystery to it, they have to go investigate what the mystery is. So there you go. What do you mean it was worth it? It was free? It's free real estate? Shut up, Karma. Thank you again for the 50. You know, we spent about an hour and a half going through this. I'm not going to go through all of the adventures. We went through the first 5. There are 16 of them. If they had more adventure summaries, I'd read more about them. If you want to know more about them, I'm not going to read through all of them because I feel like the way that these are structured, each of these adventures needs their own dive into them. And needs to be read top to bottom so people know what the frick they're getting into. And then in a video, someone puts together and says, this is the adventure summary. Utilize this if your characters are this. Because it's not put into here. So anyways, this will be up on YouTube. So hi YouTube. If you like this stuff, fucking do the things down there. Hit the likes, do the comments. And we'll probably be running this at some point for something. There's a lot of different adventures here. So there's going to be a lot of different use cases, which is good, which makes it worth the money. All the adventures. Yep. That being said, I need to take a break. I haven't had coffee in my system in a little bit of time. Please enjoy the tunes. Thanks for being here. Karma, thank you again for sponsoring that little video. I'll be back in a little bit.